Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This video will be a little bit different, but it's going to tie in here, so I'll give you a second to really realize it. So, as the very last video, I kind of gave a shot to the men out there kind of suffering and going through BS and all that other crap. And I would say that men have it way worse than women. And I know I'm going to get some of these feminists or whatever onto this video if they ever do see it and saying, oh, man, women have it worse, etc., etc. Well, I think this is going to be eye-shocking to you because if that was really the case, then why is all the stuff that I will show you happening to men and not to women? So you're going to have to come with examples and reasons. You can email me at jmreports0@gmail.com, and you can obviously try to point your reasoning, and I'll point them back at you. But you're going to be mostly false because, first of all, women have it easy. Men have it the most hard here. And as I said, I have been trying to undiversify this country while trying to also trying to enlighten men and see what's going on in the world. So without further ado, we'll do something like this. So we had this person here. This was on February 14th, 2023 in the February in the UK. Brianna Ghey, fatal stabbing of trans teenager investigated as possible hate crime. And we see that as something that is just going on here, and what have you. Now, the reason why I kind of gave this a bit more of a enlightenment, more of a story. Not really going to go over the full story because there's a bigger reasoning behind, I think, what's going on here. And it may have some connections with what we may call with what do you call it? What we would call with men in general and kind of what's going on in society. But what I see here is something that is not maybe too terribly shocking, but also maybe not too crazy as well, because I think we're getting into tensions that are bad. I think we're getting into things that should not be here and what have you. So we have more of this. It's just that they're being charged with murder as they should, but again, I think the bigger thing here is that we have is that we have that the mere fact that this whole transgender thing is starting to really get people angry or frustrated or what have you, and I think that's causing a diversifying issue. People are becoming fed up with it, and as I said, you try to keep on pushing this stuff down people's throats, it's going to become bad, and look what it's becoming. People just want to live pretty much free of stuff, free of bullshit. Just let them live their lives. And when you push this stuff down their throats, and eventually becomes too much, this is the issue. We in a society have to be better, right? So I think we should just try to, at the very least, not push people down people's throats. Yeah, maybe political stuff or what have you, but this is not something that's needed because this is something that happens when you push it down your throat. Now, if we talk about why I think this may be the case, as this person did say that this would be kind of their last time trying at life, and that may be the case due to that may be the case of maybe not want to be men anymore. And now I understand that this might be a kind of some of the what you'll be taking from Temple and stuff like that, and that obviously it is. In some cases, I take a little bit from Temple, but I've also kind of realized and seen this myself, honestly. Why would you want to be a man in today's society when you're being constantly bombarded by? It's like this is an article from The Guardian. Toxic masculinity fuels dangerous driving like drink, French advert says. And then you have more of this as well, where we are living through a golden age of misogyny, which is insanity to even talk about. And of course, it's by Julie Burchill, which is most of these women. And then you have here fragile masculinity, 40 men whose masculinity was so fragile and toxic they had to be shamed online. And then we also, not only that, guys, we had also facts that when women are deemed the most ones affected in the gaming community because of toxic masculinity or that women have it bad because everybody's being toxic. It's like, no, women could be just as toxic, if not more toxic, online, and by all means, please. It's like every guy has this type of issue. It doesn't affect just one gender; it affects everybody. So I don't see to where this is really gonna be a thing. See, a girl's voice in game chat is more powerful than any U.S. Marine. Fun story. Maybe when I was younger, my brother was super duper into COD, and he is actually really freaking good at it. So one day he gave me his mic headset and told me to walk while he was playing, and it was wild. The levels of soul that young men produce when under the pressure that a little girl is destroying them in COD is a beautiful thing. So, again, that's what's going on, and it's not, because guys that are very competitive. That's normal. And then we have this as well when we have women in gym accuses men, and this is a constant thing. This is a thing that women started, by the way. Men didn't start this. It was women that did this. They started this trend, and now men are facing the repercussions and damages of it. So you're gonna have to bring up a real good reason onto why this was started by women, and why this is a constant thing. See, this is what's the BS that's been going on here that we're trying to deal with. And here's another thing as well, ladies. You guys have decided to, every time you enter a men's space at all, you have to sexualize it. Why? I think it's partly because of one reason. I think you have to sexualize it because you're looking for attention, or you want some attention. Unfortunately for you guys, is that your attention is going to be fleeting away, so you're probably going to have to find something else to do. Because by 2030, most of you are going to be single, unmarried, and have no kids. So probably should try to either fix yourself or, live to be single, I guess. You have caused this yourselves, ladies. I'm sorry, but this is just a fact. And when you go around and start accusing men in the gym for all this BS, you kind of get to see the drift of it. We have this as well, is that we have Leonardo DiCaprio getting slut-shamed by Ulrika Johnson, the woman named 4x4, because she has 4 kids by 4 different men. It's absolutely incredible. Leonardo DiCaprio's pursuit of young women is sickening, says Ulrika Johnson. Okay, so you have more women shaming men for what they do, but when women do anything, they don't get shamed at all. So that's kind of what's going on here. Then you have more that men are now afraid to give women CPR in case they're accused of sexual assault. So it even goes on to say that women who fall over with a heart attack may be left unaided, as men are too afraid to give CPR in case they are accused of sexual assault. Researchers from the University of Colorado surveyed people on their attitude in the wake of the Me Too movement. Yeah, so that's another huge thing. Also, another thing as well, ladies, is that you have also done a great disservice to your own gender, obviously, sex, whatever you want to call it, if you want to offend the transgender people, that you have done a whole bunch of Me Too movements, which were false accusations, which is majority, if not all, by women, and that is something that is going to cost you, and is apparently costing you, as you see in this article. So you have that for yourselves to blame. So I don't see where you're going to go with this. A lot of men that I've seen, of course, Johnny Depp being probably the biggest example here, are being falsely accused of things that he did not do, and them trying to ruin your lives. And women, you started this, it was not men. So where's the female toxicity here? Because I think it's very rampant. We have more. I'm not done here, ladies. Is that I bought this book because I wanted to believe it was not real. It was a book teaching women on how to destroy a man's reputation in corporate America by filing false claims against him in a methodical and calculated way. Mostly false sexual harassment claims. It was allegedly written by Side. This is probably the sickest display of feminism and the Me Too movement I have seen. And the book is, people that are probably just listening, is How to Destroy a Man Now, and a handbook. So, ladies, what do you have to say for yourselves? And if you think I'm done with this, I'm not, because this is just one other thing that you think that's happening, but it's constantly. And we have this as well, that we have How to Destroy a Man Now in this book. So you see all this is even made Reddit. Part of me is okay. See, we have Holoflex. Part of me is okay with this. We keep being told this never happens, that women never lie about such issues. But now you can point and say, not only does this happen, there's advice on how to do it. It's a bad culture, but good evidence. So yeah, so yeah, men's rights stuff. Of course, women don't want to see anything that has 235K members, and people just don't want to see it. And this was created in 2008. So, women, I think you might need to check yourself, because I don't think you guys have it as bad as you guys think. We also have this here where we have, in particular, cancel culture and Father's Day. The writer's hashtag bans Father's Day gives one example for reason for wanting to do so. Patriarchy. The writer's position goes on the purpose presuppose that the day of the appreciation of fathers is not only patriarchal but offensive to same-sex women, couples, and single mothers. It seems as though in the world we live in today, even something as simple as the wind changing tends to downplay the shine negatively or associate a content for the other. Other parental figures, we also took a look at the importance of presence and active fathers, as well as the significance of honoring them. Well, there you go. So now we have cancel culture and Father's Day, to where women want to obviously ban Father's Day. This is coming from women, by the way. This is not coming from men. And men haven't advocated for pretty much anything. We've been mostly silent on these type of issues when it comes regarded to women. We just voice our grievances and concerns about what's happening in society and what women are doing. Of course, women will come out and rage because they just can't deal with it. And then we have International Women's Day. Why is International Women's Day celebrated? Well, on March 8th is International Women's Day, devoted to celebrating the achievements of women and seeking gender equality. The campaign theme this year is Embrace Equity, while the United Nations theme is Digital All Information and Technology for Gender Equality. So that's the reason why we have International Women's Day. Then we have, why do we celebrate Women's Day and not Men's Day? You don't have to be an ardent feminist or a militant women's liberty to work out that women, unlike men, have to fight untold battles to achieve gender equality for hundreds of years. That's why we celebrate Women's Day and not Men's Day. It's a moment in time when we acknowledge the contributions women have made the progression of the humanity. Those women who gave the rest of us a voice and fought for us right to equality, and those who continue to do so because we are not there yet. So that's the women. That's the reason for International Women's Day. So obviously, we have all this stuff here, and it's just complete insanity. So we want to make it to where men are the issue of everything. Men can do everything wrong, and women cannot. And this is what I have an issue with society today, to where we think that this is all okay, right? To where men are these evil bastards that have to deal with everything. And unfortunately for you guys, is that you women have been destroying society in general. I'm sorry to say it, but it's just the absolute truth. When you have, I'll put out some other things here just to point out a little bit more, and then we'll see the actual damage that women tend to do, that doesn't seem to be really falling in line with to what you guys want to perceive as being good. Because here's the thing. We have come into a society here that everything has to be destroyed by men and stuff like that. And women, you're also the ones that are mostly Democratic. You're also the ones that are mostly advocating for transgender people to be alive, to enter your bathrooms and stuff like that. And with that, you're destroying your society. You're destroying your honestly your safety, and you're destroying your own sports, all for the sake of for what reason? Emotion. So I don't see to where this goes anywhere near good as we want to really be. So, I think I found this here. So, here we have it. So, here's the last things that I want to show you guys. I always have this recorded because this is kind of like the big deal here. So, we have this with the effects of fatherlessness in teenage statistics. 63% of all youth suicide, 70% of all teen pregnancies, 71% of all adolescent chemical substance use abusers, and 80% of all prison inmates, and 90% of all homeless and runaway children came from single mother homes. So, what do you have to say for that, ladies? If that is the case, then I don't know what to tell you. You also have this here, that 3.7... We have that the results, the personal birth of the United States in 2019 was 3.7 million, down to 1% from 2018. So that's where we're at. Well, guess what? We have here's we have from the CDC figures for breaks account for changes in states being included in CDC figures for those years. For example, CDC figures since 1997 do not include data from California. See note for more details on other breaks. So this was them not including anything from California, but the actual true amount of people or of happening in 2020, which grew by 300,000, is 930. So, ladies, why are you? Since our birth rate and the amount of children we had in 2018 to 2019 is 3.7 million. Well, why are you aborting pretty much a million? You're actively destroying the society in this case here. When you start aborting a million children and our birth rate is only what? We want to have 3.7 million. In reality, what we really have here is 2.7 million. This doesn't mean anything. Because in all reality, we have 2.7 because you take at least almost nearly a million out of it. So, ladies, you're going to have to come and tell me what is going on. Men have it really bad. And you have been seen to destroy society as shown by the statistics here. And I don't want to go out and hate on y'all. I'm just showing out what the statistics show and what's being shown to me of your reality. I'm sorry that this video is going long, but I just want you guys to know that men have it bad, worse than you think. And now that we have this Brianna Ghey stuff, and then to where she's going on to say to where, she was stabbed by a trans teenager, and the fact that this is pretty much her last chance of life, probably maybe gets you running and thinking that just maybe she just wanted to be female to have an easier life. So what does that really say, if that's what she means? I think it's time for you guys to start waking up, ladies. You're destroying lives, you're destroying this country, you're destroying society for what reason and what reason alone? You need to leave down your comments down below. I would like to know. I would like to also fix the whole female situation themselves, but you have to take accountability for yourself. And I know a lot of you seem to have an issue with that, but that's just the reality. Alright guys, like, subscribe, share, as always. Take care.